Episode of Live at Clifton Market Cafe. This is Tom Lohre. I'll be here for hopefully the next hour and a half. We've been having some trouble with broadcasting. The other day they cut us off at 30 minutes, and so I moved the site away, and I changed to cell phones, so maybe we'll be able to pull off this whole hour and a half. We got a lot of cram-packed news going on. Steve Lansky is going to be hanging a new art show here in the lobby, and probably the big news was the golden ticket opening on Friday. And hopefully we can get to the Clifton Cultural Arts Center website, and we'll be able to read out the winners. If not, it'll be forthcoming in the next few days. There's a Clifton Town meeting tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the Cincinnati Rec Center. And there's going to be a lot of discussion about the new candidates running. We have 5 slots open. Let's just go right to so that's tomorrow. It's always on the first Monday of the month. CTM meets at 7 o'clock. In December, we're going to be voting on some changes to the bylaws and also voting for new trustees. So let's just go straight to the latest from the Clifton Business and Professional Association. At this time, the Clifton Business and Professional Association Nominations Committee has confirmed the following candidates running for the 2019 Clifton Business and Professional Association election. President Patrick Borders, representing Cincinnati Acupuncture. Herbalist Vice President Ann Ferguson, representing World Peace Yoga. Treasurer is Shelley Watson, representing United Fidelity Bank, and Secretary Mike Anagustu, representing Ludlow Wines. The nomination committee continues to accept names of and reviews of potential candidates for the election. They are also responsible for arranging of the printed material necessary for elections and conducting the election process. To ensure a smooth election process, please let Anna Ferguson or Malcolm Montgomery from our nominations committee know of your interest in running. All candidates will have an opportunity to speak and share about themselves at the December 17th Clifton Business and Professional Association meeting. Candidates will have an opportunity to speak again at the January meeting prior to voting. Per our bylaws, absentee voting is permissible only for the election of officers. Signed ballots must be received by an elected official no later than 24 hours prior to the election. There shall be no voting by proxy at any of the meetings. With gratitude, Anna Ferguson. Item number 2, elections and officers' responsibilities and duties. Section 1, election of officers shall be held at the January meeting with a majority of all the votes cast determining the choice. Officer's term is 1 year. Section 2. Officers of the association shall be A president, whose duty it shall be to preside at the meetings of the association in all matters as the executive head thereof. B, a vice president, whose duty it shall be to assist the president in any and all matters and to act in lieu of the president in his or her absence. C, a secretary whose duty shall be to keep full and accurate records of all transactions of the association and minutes of all meetings. Copies of the minutes shall be distributed to each individual member. Treasurer. D, who shall be the custodian of the funds of the association and who shall keep records of all transactions, all of which records shall be the sole property of the association and open to inspection at all reasonable times by any active member thereof. The treasurer shall give a full financial report at each regular scheduled meeting. Section 3. No officer shall run for the same office more than 2 consecutive terms. So that's the elections for Clifton Business and Professional Association are going to take place in January, in the January meeting. It's always the third Monday of the month at 3 p.m. in the basement of U.S. Bank. And all the candidates will have an opportunity to speak and share about themselves at the December 17th meeting. So there you go. If you go to cliftoncommunity.org and sign up for the newsletter, occasionally they'll send you a comprehensive email with everything about Clifton. There's CTM proposes bylaw changes following the recommendation of the CTM By-Laws Committee during the September meeting. The trustees of CTM voted to put forward 7 significant changes to the bylaws for a membership vote. The vote will happen on Monday, December 2nd. Before then, we want you to review the changes and get your questions answered. You can go to cliftoncommunity.org and read the bylaws. And if you have any questions, you can email contact ctm@cliftoncommunity.org. CPS magnet school enrollment is going on. Parents interested in Cincinnati Public School magnet programs such as Fairview Clifton German Language School, North Avondale Montessori, and other CPS magnet schools may be interested in the upcoming information sessions where the CPS administrators will explain the online lottery process to enter magnet elementary schools and to answer your questions. There's one more information session remains. It is scheduled for 5 to 7 p.m. on Wednesday, November 7th, this Wednesday, at the Leap Academy, 2001 Baltimore Avenue, 45225. The CTM is looking for NSP project suggestions. Normally, they use the $6,085 to help defray the cost of printing the Clifton Chronicle and covering insurance needs for events. And they did sponsor one of the musics on the green with the money. Oh, hey, Jeannie. Hey, boy and girl. Howdy. Yeah. I'm broadcasting live. You want to sit down and say hello?
No, I don't have any makeup on.
Oh, don't worry. The camera makes everything look good. You look pretty enough to sit down and say hello. Did you get a button yet?
Yeah. Oh, we'll take a button.
Oh, I'll put your name on it if you want it.
Yeah. Will you put Blair on there?
Blair.
What does it say? Live New Evil?
What is that? BLAIR.
AIR.
Are you talking again today?
Yeah, we're live right
No,
now.
I'm not, because I don't have any makeup on.
Oh, that's okay. It's okay.
Blair, are you?
No,
What are you guys doing right now?
he's giving us a,
Sample? You don't need a sample. You need to make money. They're not giving away.
he's just giving us a button.
Oh, really?
It says Blair.
Yeah.
Hey, do we need bananas and apples and stuff?
We need,
Bananas?
we need some choice baked potatoes. We need some Hawaiian buns. Hawaiian buns. We need
How long did you stay at the party the other night?
Oh, we left about 11:30.
Did you?
Yeah, I got to bed early.
It's a good time. It's good.
Oh yeah, I'm still enjoying it. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, look.
Oh, sorry.
Blair, every time we come to Ludlow, you can order that.
Yeah, thank you, Blair. See you. Cincy Flags is going on. We have the city of Cincinnati has a grant-funded project seeking to professionally design a unique flag for each of Cincinnati's 52 neighborhoods. They will have a presentation of the flags at the CTM meeting on Monday. That's tomorrow, November 5th. If you go to the website for Cincy Flags, it's really fascinating. Hey, there's the Sikes. How's your new house coming along? So if you go to the website for Cincy Flags, I'm sure it's listed on the cliftoncommunity.org site. Hey, Will, I'm live on YouTube. You want to sit down and say hello?
Oh man, I'm not one for the camera. No.
Oh, cut it out.
How you doing?
Fine. We're just reading all the news.
Oh, nice.
How's your house coming along?
Good. Yeah, we're getting there.
I'd say spring might move in.
February. At the
February.
latest. Yeah.
All right. Well, we can't wait to
Keep my fingers crossed.
have the open house.
Oh yeah.
That'll be a great time.
We just had a good breakfast down there. It was fantastic.
Oh.
Lydia's.
Oh, right. Thank you. The Lantern Walk is coming up. We have a flyer here. Fairview Clifton German Language School is working with the Lantern Walk on Friday, November 9th. That's this Friday. From 5:30 to 7:30 at the Fairview Clifton Cafeteria. They will have a lantern making and chili cook-off. You bring a crock pot of your favorite chili to compete with, or a side dish to share. It's $3 to make a lantern, while first come, first served, while supplies last. See the Falcon Post for more details. So that's on Friday, November 9th, there's going to be the chili cook-off. And then on Sunday, November 11th at 5:30, it'll start in the parking lot of the Clifton Rec Center with refreshments in the parking lot, and 5:15 the kinder choir performance, and at 6:30 lanterns will be lit and the walk begins. Glow sticks provided. Streets will be closed by the Cincinnati Police Department, so strollers and wagons are welcome. If the event happens, rain or shine, if it rains, then it'll be in the Clifton Rec Center gym. And we have a little more about that from the Clifton community website. The email. Clifton Town Meeting will have baked goods, hot cocoa, and more available for purchase. At 6:15, the Fairview Clifton German Language School Choir will perform. And at 6:30, everyone will light their battery-powered light inside a paper lantern. They're going to walk from the rec center down McAlpin to Middleton to Lafayette to the Cincinnati Women's Club and back. It's 1.2 miles. The walk will start at approximately 6:30 and will end by approximately 7:30. Streets will be closed, so wagons, strollers, scooters are welcome. You can bring your own homemade or purchased lantern. There might be some lanterns for sale the day of the show. In order to make this event successful, we need a few volunteers. This is easy work, such as posting no parking signs and creating the luminaries. Email contact ctm@cliftoncommunity.org to be advised of what you can do to help to make the event happen. So the Honeysuckle Hit Squad returns with the help of the Cincinnati Parks Department staff and others to Burnet Woods to remove more of the honeysuckle invasive species that is crowding out native plants. Please consider volunteering some time for this event, as more hands will allow for more removal. Bring gloves and water and wear sturdy shoes. Hey David, you want to come over and say hello? Okay.
I'll come back. I'll say something before I leave.
All right. So bring gloves and water, wear sturdy shoes. Loppers will be provided. There will be 2 events in November. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday, November 3rd and 17th. We meet at the Trailside Nature Center in Burnet Woods. Hazardous waste collection is still going on. It's every Thursday from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. You drop off your hazardous waste at Environmental Enterprises, Inc., 4600 Spring Grove Avenue, 45232. Hello? So that's it. This Thursday, there's 2 more Thursdays from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. You drop off at Environmental Enterprises, Inc., at 4600 Spring Grove Avenue. It's for Hamilton County, Ohio residences only. Must show proof of residency. I believe maybe a sticker of 31 on your car might suffice, showing that you're from Hamilton County. No businesses, commercial establishments, or nonprofits permitted. Only drop off during designated hours. It's no cost to residences. This program is funded by Hamilton County Recycling and Solid Waste District. Acceptable items are antifreeze, batteries of all kinds, cleaners, driveway sealer, fire extinguishers, fluorescent bulbs, gasoline, motor oil, lawn and pool chemicals, mercury, oxygen, helium cylinders, pesticides, fertilizers, propane tanks, solvents, thinners, oil-based paints and stains, thermostats, and tar. Unacceptable items are appliances, computers and electronics, explosives, ammunition, fireworks and gunpowder, garbage, latex paint, medical waste, prescription drugs, radioactive materials, roofing materials, smoke detectors, tires, unmarked or inoperable cylinders, yard trimmings, and latex paint. The Clifton Cultural Arts Center is in a new office now at 2728 Short Vine Street. It's about the middle of Short Vine at 45219. The phone number is 513-497-2860. They continue to hold classes, exhibits, and events in the Uptown area at various locations. You can check out the website, and we'll go to that. We'll be going to that later. This Wednesday, Uptown institutions will be holding a career information session for work-ready attendees. Participating will be Children's Hospital, University of Cincinnati, UC Health, Cincinnati Zoo, Tri-Health, and Uptown hospitality businesses. The location is the Hampton Inn at 3024 Short Vine. It's on Wednesday, November 7th from 6 to 7:30. Hampton Inn is right there at Martin Luther King in Short Vine. The Greater Cincinnati Waterworks offers free lead testing. Offers everyone in the service area. You can request a free lead test kit by going to the lead awareness website or emailing lead@mygcww.org or by calling 513-651-5323. The Greater Cincinnati Waterworks contractor can help perform the replacement of privately owned lead service lines. And it will receive a cost sharing from Greater Cincinnati Water Works of 40% of the cost with a maximum of $1,500. Property owners in the city of Cincinnati can also choose to have the cost of replacement added to their property taxes through a special assessment for 5 or 10 years. Read more at the Lead Awareness website. Fix It Cincinnati now has a smartphone app where you can request a service. This could mean replacing a sign, fixing a pothole, removing graffiti, getting large and bulky trash items picked up, reporting a bicycle incident, and reporting a pedestrian incident. These are just a small sample that can be requested. You can also call the old number 513-591-6000 to make a verbal request. The city of Cincinnati sweeps the streets of Clifton on Wednesdays. Northern parts, I believe that's north of Ludlow, are swept on the first even house numbers and third odd house numbers on Wednesday. The southern parts, that's south of Ludlow, are swept on the second even house numbers and fourth odd house numbers Wednesday. So that's all the news there from CliftonCommunity.org's email. If you go to CliftonCommunity.org and ask to have the email or newsletter, you get it occasionally. The print edition of the Clifton Chronicle is being prepared for publication right now. And I got an advance copy that I proofed. So, Holidays on Ludlow will be December 7th. Sponsored by the Clifton Town Meeting and Clifton Business and Professional Association. Holidays on Ludlow has become a family fun traditional event. Join us to become with the carriage rides. The music, food, and merriment festivities begin at 6 p.m. and continue to 9 p.m. All local businesses will be open for holiday gift buying, and restaurants offering a variety of delicious fare. So plan to stay a while. If you want to volunteer, you can email contact CTM at cliftoncommunity.org and ask to, you can stand in direct traffic for the horses to come in, or just pitch in wherever needed. Well, we read the president's message. I think we're just going to go see if there's anything we got the uptown programs at the Trailside, upcoming programs at the Trailside Nature Center. I highly suggest that you attend the Cincinnati Parks Wolf Planetarium at the Trailside. It's Friday, December 7th from 7 to 8. Well, this would be the same day as Holidays on Ludlow. So I guess you can. So Holidays on Ludlow begins at 6 to 9. Well, it's going to be a tough choice to decide, but they have the quaintest little planetarium in the Trailside Nature Center. I think it's from the turn of the century. Maybe we can read the school news later. Let's go to the internet and see what we can. Let's go with Upcoming events for the CCAC. We have Alice in Neverland. It's on the second Sunday Family Showtime on November 11th. Let's see what's... It's presented by the No Theater of Cincinnati. Howdy. This original two-person interactive literary adventure will have kids on the edge of their seats and thinking critically as they join Alice, the best detective in Wonderland, who takes the case when Tinkerbell hires her to solve the mystery of Peter Pan's disappearance. Curiouser and Curioso. The show duration is 45 minutes. It's recommended for ages pre-K to 6. The show starts at 2 p.m. with a festive reception to follow. It's free for kids, $5 for adults. Scholarships are available. Tickets will be available for purchase from the CCAC box office at the Clifton United Methodist Church starting on 1 p.m. of the day of the performance. There are no advance ticket sales for this show. So it's going to be at Clifton United Methodist Church. Tickets can be purchased starting at 1 p.m. and the show starts at 2 p.m. The Clifton United Methodist Church is at 3416 Clifton Avenue, 45220. So thank you, CCAC, for that. Let's see what else they have. Ongoing is the Golden Ticket show at the Trailside Nature Center. You can you can take a class. Oh, see you, Gina. Oh, hey, all right. Yeah, I'm live. You're gonna.
I'll stop and say hi.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of time though, but
No, it's fine.
See
It's
ya.
fine. You can sit down here for a second.
for a second.
Yeah. I'm backed by popular demand.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, people love the broadcast. I don't know how effective they are, but
Yeah.
I'm become one big of a cheerleader.
It's great. I mean, it is. It puts the word out. Like you said, I don't know how effective it is, but it's great to see people up here.
Yeah, I've been having trouble with my broadcast. Sometimes it cuts off at a half hour, or I don't know. So I had to switch things around, but it's all fly by night here.
You're winging it.
I
right?
actually
You're
brought
winging
my
it.
guitar too.
Oh, nice.
You play guitar?
No, I have a ukulele that I've been trying to like learn some chords on and stuff and a few
Is that
songs.
different than a ukulele?
It's the same thing. It's just a pronunciation thing. Some people.
Is it bigger or smaller?
No, it's the same thing. I think they make 3 different sizes, but yeah, some people pronounce it ukulele, some people pronounce it ukulele. I think the actual real pronunciation is ukulele.
Well, I had one a long time before I started playing guitar.
Yeah.
I tune it like a guitar.
Yeah, oh, cool, nice.
But I learned that the ukulele, you should just bar the chords and just go with the rhythm.
It does. It has like I agree.
Don't
I kind
try
of
to do anything else.
right. It's simple. You keep
Right.
it simple, and it just sounds great. Just with a simple strum.
Yeah, you got about 4 or 5 chords, and then it's up to you to make it. You got to bring the rhythm.
That's right. Yeah, but that's a cool one.
Oh, I found that in the junk pile, and I
Is that
used it
right?
as a prop for a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
And then I had to put the neck back on. You can see
I see. Yeah.
I had a
right.
fancy. Anyway,
wow,
it's
yeah.
it's the world's worst guitar.
Who were you for the Halloween costume? Were anybody particular?
No, I was the axe man.
Oh.
I had an
You had
axe
the guitar.
attached to the guitar. I had a very scary leather mask, I think.
I see.
So.
Well, there's Sue with the dog, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go
All right. Well,
continue
thanks.
to walk with her. Good
Thanks
to see
for-
you.
thanks
Yeah.
for stopping in.
Yeah, right. Take it easy.
So we were going back and talking about the CCAC still has their continuing classes going on for all ages and abilities, and they span the full spectrum of artistic expression and mind and body enhancement, all led by an array of the region's most talented, inspiring instructors. So you can also teach a class. Individual artists, educators, and organizations find our classrooms, galleries, and dynamic collaborative community an ideal place to teach, inspire, and advance their own dreams. So there's a plethora of classes, and they've all been reassigned in various locations while we try to work out the details. Let's click on the golden ticket and see if they have a list of the winners. The winning, I was at the opening, and the winner was a very small work, somewhat dark, had beads on it. If I can't really, well, I'm sure they'll post the winners, but I've been haunted by the winner. I think John Humphrey came in second, and I believe it's Carol S. Wright was the winner, but we'll get more of that information later when let's go to UC Sports. I know yesterday the Bearcats tromped Navy. Let's see what we got for November 4th. Women's volleyball versus Tulsa. It's going to be in the Fifth Third Arena at 1 p.m. That's today. It's ongoing in about 15 minutes. Wow. They've opened up the new Fifth Third Arena. It should be pretty incredible. Hi, girls. You going to stop by and say hello? Okay. Oh, it's a little microphone. Here, you can sit down. I'm live on YouTube. We broadcast here in the market. You're the Sikes children, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and tell us about your new house.
Well, we're going to be moving in, we're thinking December, January,
Uh-huh.
and it's getting along pretty well.
Do you have your own bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get to pick out your bedroom, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting bunk beds.
Oh, you're getting bunk beds, so you can have
Yeah.
a friend over too? Right?
And we have one of our best friends that we can go through the woods and hang out with.
Oh yeah, you got some from primo woods. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
And we're going to have a tree house, so that's going to be awesome.
You're building the tree house now, or that later?
They're going to build it a little later.
Well, we're really excited about you moving into the neighborhood. What are you getting here today? Oh, there's your
Yeah.
dad right there.
There's your stars right there.
I know.
They're your YouTube stars.
Right.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Moore.
Take care. Thank you, ladies. See you.
Hey, I have to, I'd love to walk you through the house.
Oh yeah.
Next time I'm up in the neighborhood.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll go in. It's got a front door now.
Cool. Thank you. See you, Will. Yeah, I was mentioning the Fifth Third Arena is newly open. Basketball season will start there soon. Let's see what's happening on Monday, the 5th. We have a women's golf in Macon, Georgia, at the Idle Hour Collegiate Championship. I believe President Trump is in Macon, Georgia today, so maybe some of the golf team members will see the rally. Let's see what's happening on Tuesday. Election Day, we have women's golf also in Macon, Georgia. We have women's basketball versus Austin PA University, also in the Fifth Third Arena. It's going to be fantastic at 7 p.m. It's going to be video live stats and tickets. That's on Election Day at 7 p.m. at the new Fifth Third Arena. Let's see what's happening on Wednesday. We have men's basketball versus Ohio State at the Fifth Third Arena at 6 p.m. Wow, that's going to be a great game. The new stadium is going to be on ESPN2 and 700 WLW. Wow, that's great. Let's see what else we have. Let's go to the news record. Get out and do something, November 2nd to November 4th. Lynn Walsh highlights Facebook tools for content creators. Oh, welcome home Bearcats. The Fifth Third Arena celebrates reopening. Bearcats prevail over the Pioneers in the newly renovated Fifth Third Arena. UC approves construction of service dog park on campus. Let's go read about the new stadium. Howdy. The University of Cincinnati's Fifth Third Arena reopened Thursday following an $87 million renovation, bringing UC basketball and volleyball back to campus. Visitors will immediately notice the lower level concourse that now wraps around the entire arena, as well as a new upper level concourse. The updated arena also features improved seating, 2 bars open to the public, 3 exclusive clubs, additional restrooms, a high definition scoreboard, new sound system, LED lighting, and an open plaza according to UC Athletics. A new classroom space with e-learning capabilities is also included in the facility. Student athletes will have access to updated locker rooms, as well as a theater room, team dining area, and sports medicine facility. Expanded food options from local chains include Frisch's Big Boy, Skyline Chili, Taste of Belgium, Buffalo Wings and Rings are available for hungry visitors. Local breweries, Rheingeist, Mad Tree, and Braxton are featured in the Queen City Bar. A ribbon-cutting ceremony preceded Thursday's men's basketball exhibition match against Tusculum University. Several UC officials and community figures were present to celebrate the reopening of the event. This house is our house. It's ours because it is for our students, our faculty, and our staff, our alumni and families, Pinto said. It is for anyone in Cincinnati, the Cincinnati community, who shares our passion for the Bearcats. Mike Bond, Director of Athletics, said that the facility brings national acclaim to UC, calling it the best on-campus arena in the entire country. We should all take great pride in our collective competitive spirit and alignment that builds a multi-purpose arena that matches the prominent stature of our institution, Bond said. It will be gratifying to see the gleam of the faces of our student athletes, guests, and especially the heartbeat of the Bearcats, the students, when they participate in sporting events, academic classes, and graduations in this intimate facility. Greg D. Carmichael, Chairman and CEO of Fifth Third Bank, said that the company is proud to have their logo on the floor of the arena. As a banker, I don't get excited too often. When I walked in, I was floored when I saw this arena. It's amazing, Carmichael said. Fifth Third and UC are 2 hometown companies. Fifth Third has been here since 1858, and the university has been around since 1819. Both deeply, deeply connected to the Cincinnati community. Upcoming opportunities for UC community to experience the new venue include women's volleyball versus Wichita State, November 2nd. Women's basketball versus California University in Pennsylvania on the 3rd. So we've mentioned these before. And then men's basketball versus Ohio State, November 7th at 6 p.m. on Election Day. So that's great. That's great news from, it's been a long time. They've been playing at Northern Kentucky University. Let's go and see what else we have. Let's see what's playing at the Esquire Theater. Show times for Sunday, November 4th. We have Suspiria, Viper Club, Mid-90s, Beautiful Boy, The Happy Prince, Free Solo. So usually I like to read what they have to say about the new movies. We're going to go to Viper Club. ER nurse Helen Sterling, played by Susan Sarandon, struggles to free her grown son, a journalist captured by terrorists in the Middle East. After hitting walls with the FBI and state agencies, she discovers a clandestine community of journalists, advocates, and philanthropists who might be able to help. So that's the Viper Club. And let's read what Beautiful Boy is going on. It's Steve Carell, Timothy Chalamet, Mara Tierney, and Amy Ryan. Based on the best-selling pair of memoirs from father and son David and Nick Sheff, Beautiful Boy chronicles the heartbreaking and inspiring experience of survival, relapse, and recover in a family coping with addiction over many years. And the last new movie I see on the marquee here at the Esquire is The Happy Prince. The Happy Prince tells the story of the last days of Oscar Wilde. This great man of letters, once one of the most famous authors in England, is now a superstar on the skids. As Oscar lies on his deathbed, the past comes flooding back to him, transporting him to other times and places. The Happy Prince at the Esquire. Let's go see what they have on the special events. November 9th at 10 p.m. they're going to have Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Join us for a special evening with the Cinema Guys. They will introduce the film and hold a Q&A discussion after the film. Listed as one of the top 5 local podcasts by Cincinnati Magazine, the Cinema Guys presents one of their personal favorites, 1991 Bill and Ted's Bogus Adventure. It's going to be Friday, November 9th at 10 p.m. We got the Brewmaster this Thursday, November 8th at 7 p.m. In 1998, there were less than 1,500 breweries in the United States. Now there are over 7,000. Brewmaster tells the story of the rise of craft beer through 2 young men pursuing their dreams in the world of beer. Each screening will be followed by a Q&A discussion with local craft brewers. Discussion after the film with Jared Hamilton from Taft's Brewing. The Brewmaster will also be screened at the Marymount and Kenwood theaters. So that's going to be the movie Brewmaster, and November 8th at 7 p.m. We got The Captain, Tuesday, November 13th at 7 p.m., presented by the UC Center for Film and Media Studies, and sponsored by the Departments of German Studies and History. This film will be introduced by Tanya Nusser and followed by a Q&A discussion. The Captain, Tuesday, November 13th. And we'll be talking about the other ones in the future. Let's go back to the next. Let's go see what's happening at Cincy Improv. Cincinnati's premier improv comedy has taken over the Clifton Performance Theater space across from CBS for the next year. You can sign up for a 2-hour intro workshop. Shows weekly on Saturdays. Let's see what how this is going to play out. Weekly shows every Saturday. It's from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Improv comedy, single, double, and triple. Improv Cincinnati at the Clifton Performance Theater presents an evening of improvised one-acts. Wishing Well, Colin Thornton and Tracy Connor perform an improvised one-act that explores an audience member's wish. Threesome, a real-life couple, Audrey McNeil and Charlie Redding, put their relationship on the line in an improvised 3-way performance. Who will be the third? It's a surprise. Thunder Buddy. Chance Kilgore is hearing voices. He's speaking to them too. For the first time on Improv Cincinnati stage, a solo performance with multiple characters. So there's the lineup at the. Also, we have. Well, these are going to be. So we got the performances Saturday. Well, this was Saturday, November 3rd. I don't see when the next show is coming up. So we'll have to follow up on that. Let's go see what's playing at the Ludlow Garage. On Thursday, November 8th. The Alarm. Let's see with more details. The Alarm. New Alarm album, Equals, has now put The Alarm back into the top 200 of the Billboard album charts in the USA, alongside a number 47th placing on the independent album chart, and also number 36 position on the alternative album chart. A significant achievement that means this will be the second time this year that The Alarm have been featured on the US Billboard chart, with the reissue of Declaration 1984-85 also making it to the top 200 back in March of 2018. The Alarm, the North American tour. Fantastic. It's going to be Thursday, November 8th. On Friday, November 9th, we have John Medeski's Mad Skillet. Let's see more details. Mad Skillet was born of a late night show in New Orleans, Louisiana during Jazz Fest of 2015. It came out kicking and screaming, laughing and wailing, laying down a deep New Orleans groove steeped in jazz, blues, psychedelic rock, and R&B. Band members are lead keyboardist John Medeski, Martin and Wood, The Word, Grammy-nominated guitarist bandleader Will Bernard, Medicine Hat and Party Hats, New Orleans native sousaphone player Kirk Joseph, the Dirty Dozen Band and Backyard Groove, and drummer Terrence Higgins from Dirty Dozen Brass Band, Annie DeFranco, also a New Orleans native. Oh, hey, Kevin. Fine. Hey, Angie. Come over and say hello. I'm live on YouTube. You can come and be.
Don't put me live.
Well, somebody's got to sit
How's your
down.
morning?
Fine. We're talking about everything, Clifton.
Everything market?
No, well, we haven't really talked about the market much, you know.
Oh, I'm talking now about the market?
Well, I don't know if there's much to talk about it.
It's all good,
We
right?
got the meeting coming up,
When is that?
the 17th, shareholders meeting.
Oh, really? And where is it? Is it a public meeting?
Yes, and they're going to vote on some actions.
Great.
It could be selling the building, it could be selling the store.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And where is it located? Where's the meeting?
Probably going to be up at the Shriners, that hall up the street on
Okay.
Ludlow.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on the left-hand side
Yep.
on Jefferson.
Yep. Good.
So I don't think they've announced the location yet, but so
Good. Well, I know there was a board meeting last week, right?
Wednesday they had a meeting.
Was there did anything come of that or out of that?
They sent out an email and basically they listed the critical situation we're in. We owe $6 million. Can you believe?
$6 million. Yeah. Wow.
So there's big changes here at the market.
It sounds like it'd be a big month. Wow.
It's,
Well, I'll go to the meeting for sure.
oh yeah.
All right. We'll go buy some food. All right.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Angie.
Take care.
Yeah, sure.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Kevin. So, it's going to be one heck of a lineup there. With the Mad Skillet, the Medeski and Bernard's yearly quest to play together during Jazz Fest found a special chemistry with the addition of Joseph and Higgins. The eclectic, far-reaching backgrounds of Medeski and Bernard alongside this legendary NOLA rhythm section generated what Medeski calls a vast musical universe with limitless potential. Terrence and Kirk are a great rhythm section, classic. They're overflowing with tradition, yet always ready to go any direction the music calls for. It's rare to find musicians with such deep roots who are also open to experimentation. I've always wanted an excuse to play with them, so when Will mentioned using Kirk on the gig, I thought it was the perfect time to bring Terrence and Will Bernard. Well, something happens to Will when he's in the Crescent City. It's like Superman coming out of the phone booth, says Medeski. John Medeski is best known for his buoyant, organ-centric approach to jazz as part of trailblazing trio Medeski, Martin, and Wood. He also collaborates with John Zorn and John Schofield and plays in lauded supergroups, The Word, Spectrum Road, and Phil and Friends. And in 2013, he released an introspective solo piano album on Sony Records called A Different Time. So that's, they're going to be. John Medeski's Mad Skillet is going to play Friday, November 9th. And sold-out performance of Joshua Radin with the very special guest Lily Kirkshaw was sold out on Saturday, November 10th. Let's see what they have on more details about that show. Love and the complications surrounding it have long proven to be John Radin's songwriting forte. Radin's meteoric career launched in the early 2000s when the first song he ever wrote, Winter, was featured on an episode of NBC's smash comedy Scrubs. You can check out his sound on the YouTube link if you go to the Ludlow Garage website, you'll find a link to Dave always includes a YouTube video of the music. You can check it out so you can verify what you're going to hear. The resulting fever around Winter soon led to a record deal. Over the last decade, Radin has toured the world countless times and topped the iTunes charts. He earned rave reviews from Rolling Stone and The Guardian, performed on The Tonight Show and Conan, played Ellen DeGeneres' wedding, and had his songs featured in more than 150 different films commercials and TV shows. Now, Raiden returns to his native Ohio to play the Ludlow Garage in Cincinnati, and we do so hope you'll join us. So he's been sold out, so there you go. Pretty cool. I suppose if you went to the back of the building, you might be able to hear the music. I'll have to give that a whirl. So let's see what else is going on. Let's go to the College Conservatory of Music. On today at 7 p.m. CCM prestige event with Stan Kenton's West Side Story. Wow. Let's read a little bit about that. I think that's going to be, yeah, we got CCM Prestige event, Stan Kenton's West Side Story. Yeah, I don't have my Facebook activated, so we won't be able to see that. I'll have to wait till tomorrow. On November 7th, we also have UC men's and women courses and reflection. It's November 7th at 8 p.m. They have a Facebook also, and I'm going to have to activate my Facebook to get this up later. On November 8th to the 10th, we have the CCM Studio Musical Godspell. So those are coming up from the CCM. Let's go with. That's all we have with the. Let's go to events. We'll go through. Let's go to the time. Weekly and monthly events. We have weekly events. We have tarot card reading at Lydia's, hosted by Madame Aurora. The fish is delivered here at Clifton Market on Tuesdays and Fridays around noon. There'll be there are wine and beer tastings at the Ludlow Wines every Friday and Saturday, starting at 5 p.m. and going on till the crowd leaves. A flight of 4 glasses is $10 with a complimentary cheese plate. Eric Davis of the branch library has reading on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for children. On Tuesdays at 10 a.m. it's for the 2 to 4 year olds, and on Wednesday at 10:30 it's for the 2 and under. It's a great event to meet your neighbors. We have the Clifton Pop-Up Puppy Party is every 4th Monday at 5:30. The Clifton Moms Group meets the 2nd Tuesday. So it's going to be the next week at 7 p.m. The Clifton Dads Group meets at Arlen's on the 2nd Wednesday at 9 p.m. at Arlen's. On the 3rd Thursday, the Cairns PTO meets at the Rawson Farmhouse at 7 p.m. Drew Sweshino is the president, and you can reach them at the cansadvisory@gmail.com. cansadvisory@gmail.com. Clifton Music Club meets the 4th Tuesdays, and you can call MJ Pennycuff at 513-515-3690 to find out where that meeting's going to be. or you can email her at mjpennycuff, mjpennycuff at fuse.net. Well, that's about all we have for the listings, daily, weekly, and monthly events in Clifton. I was lucky enough to go over to Lentz and Companies and pick up the box set of J.P. White's Clifton Cool. We'll be reading one of those episodes later, but I wanted to take advantage of the internet and to see if we can get something about Sitwell's opening. Let's go to Sitwell's Act 2. Let's go to the website. The place has been completely spiffed up. And darn if they didn't go back to Facebook, so I'm not signed up. We just won't be able to. Let's see if we can get any news. Fear not, Sitwell's coffee shop in Clifton isn't closing for good. Oh, this was 2018, March 5th. Sitwell's is the coffee house dream. Trying to get some news. Here, this is City Beat, Food and Drink, the Dish blog. Let's read that story. Oh, wait here. Sitwell's is getting a second act. This is October 29th at the Business Courier. So let's read. The iconic Clifton Coffee House is getting a new life in its second act. They opened October 30th. It's under new owners. Sitwell's at 324 Ludlow Avenue is reopening as Sitwell's Act 2 on October 30th after closing in early 2018. The new owners, Florencia Garayoya and her husband, Alex Barden, are keeping the coffee house, serving only fair trade coffee from local roastery Seven Hills, but also reimagining Sitwell's as a vegetarian and vegan-centric restaurant. Sitwell's is a great stable in Cincinnati, and we like that. We wanted to add our own twist, Garayoya told me. Sitwell's was opened in 1995 by Lisa Story. It was named for Edith Sitwell, a British poet and philanthropist. Sitwell's has known for hosting poetry shows, open mics, and art shows, and the new owners want to continue these traditions. While the format of Sitwell's will be familiar, the new owners completely renovated the kitchen, bathrooms, basement, electric, and plumbing. They brought on Chef Kyle Scrimshire, formerly of E&O Kitchen in Hyde Park, to create their menu. Sitwell's is a completely vegetarian, vegan restaurant, and as such, its menu includes the expected salads and plant-based foods. But Garayoya told me it will also have takes on comfort food using meat substitutes like seitan and tempeh, including a meatball sub, a Greek gyro, and Vietnamese po. Sitwell Act 2 has a full liquor license and will serve a menu of wine and local craft beer, as well as a menu of classic craft cocktails. and house specials like espresso martini and Soviet chai, which is a white Russian made with chai latte in place of usual cream. Garayoya worked at Sitwell's in the last 2 months before its closure. Story told her she was tired of running the entire operation as a one-woman show and considering selling it to a chocolate manufacturer. Garayoya went home and talked to her husband, and the couple was planning on moving to New York, but decided to buy Sitwell's and revive it here instead. It started as a joke. Haha, what if we bought it? But here we are, she said. Sitwell's Act 2 is closed Mondays, open 8 a.m. to midnight on Tuesdays through Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, and 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Sundays. So that's a great story about the new Sitwell's opening up. The next thing you know, we're going to have Gaslight Grip Bar and Grill. It's being opened up across from the Ludlow garage. So let's, well, there's my brother now. Let's get him to come over and talk about marketing. I have a little musical interlude here while we wait for him to come over. Well, you have to sit down here, Chuck.
Oh, no, I gotta go. I'm working with Jack.
Working with
But,
Jack.
Yeah, we're working on the house this afternoon, Tom. Hi, Chuck Lohre, Tom's identical twin brother.
What do you want to
so-
mention what house it is?
Well, I live in the Frank Lloyd Wright house there on Rossonwood Circle, and we're getting ready to put it up for sale, and we've been painting it and fixing it up and cleaning it up, and it's looking real nice. So just in time for all the leaves to go off of the trees, so you can see the beautiful paint job. So
Great. I'm hoping that you can open it up as an Airbnb for a little while, because a lot of people want to, have one night in the Frank Lloyd Wright
well,
Sanctuary.
we had it on Airbnb, but we took it down. We weren't ready yet. It's just taking too much, but we'll see. Jack, our nephew Jack's been helping me work on it, and well, it's a labor of love. So, but Jack's at the hardware store, and we just had a great meal at Sitwell's lunch. So,
Good.
I got another 10 minutes left on my lunch hour. So, well, you're doing a great job, Tom, and
All right.
keep it up.
All right. Well, see, thanks for stopping by. Play a little more, and then we'll get over to the Clifton Cool. Hey, hoot toodle hoot. Hooty hoot. This is talking about the Clifton Cool. I got the box set. Here are the 15 Clifton Cool black and white comic books showing the crazy Clifton single scene with quirky stories and wacky body humor by J.P. White. You can pick it up at the Lynch and Company. It's a beautiful box here. It's got a duct tape around it. Holds the printed four sheets. So we're going to read story number 5. Shed sheds his shed. Shed sheds his shed. You might remember Shed was banished by his family to live in the shed and behind the house. So Shed, and his name's Shed. So Shed sheds his shed. Merry Christmas, family. They're all gathered at the table. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. So there's a mother and a father and a son and a daughter. Shed, my son, 3 months ago, you moved from the basement to the garden shed. I am proud of how you survived this cold winter. Thanks, Dad. This New Year's Eve, I'm going to throw a big party in your honor. It's going to be a bonfire party, 1 minute to midnight. I'm going to light the shed on fire. In the spring, I'll buy one of those classy aluminum sheds from Home Depot. I'm giving you 1 week's warning, son, because I love you. Huh? Thanks, says the son. Today, we celebrate the birth of baby Jesus. And the daughter chimes out, my teacher says we shouldn't say baby Jesus. We should say the holiday infant. And the father pipes up, your politically correct teacher should burn in hell. Now, where was I? Does anyone have a Christmas wish? Says father. And the daughter says, yeah, I want a kitten or a puppy. And the father says angrily, I meant world peace, damn it, no pets, never. And the daughter, quite flustered, says, not even a damn goldfish? And the father angrily says, no, animals really piss me off. Now they gather their hands around the Christmas meal. Say, let us pray. Dear Lord, I hope this Christmas everyone kept their receipts in case some gifts have to be exchanged. Amen. Amen, says the mother. Amen, says the son. And amen, says the daughter. The next day, we have an overview of Shed's shed. Have you looked at any apartments, Shed? Sure, but I can't afford much on a cheesemaker salary. You can move in with me. This is a girl sitting in the corner of the shed next to some fertilizer and manure bags. And Shed says, are we dating? And she says, as friends, stupid. Well, thanks, Josie, but I gotta be independent. Hey, my folks just drove away. Let's raid the fridge. Looking out the shed window. Are you picking the lock? Says Josie. Yeah, I learned how from Cincy State online. And they're inside the kitchen. Apple pie, want some? No, thanks, I'm good, says Josie. Are you sure you don't want to live with me? Josie said. And Shed says, you're not secretly crazy, are you? Josie says, I'm not crazy enough to live in a shed. Good point, says Shed. Let's go check out your place. Great. I'll just steal some cookies first. And here they are at Josie's place. You live in a 1-bedroom apartment? Yay, it's cozy, says Josie. I guess I would sleep on the couch. I don't have a couch. It had bed bugs, so I gave it to my brother. You can sleep on this. An army cot? I was going through a phase. Want to see my cami pajamas? Maybe later. In her bedroom. You have unicorn wallpaper? Yep. I would love to ride one someday. You know that unicorns are mythical animals. It's pronounced mystical. And what's with the lisp? In the bathroom. Indoor plumbing, I love it. What's that on the wall? It's my sociology diploma. My mother served coffee as a diner waitress, and I went to college and became a barista. I guess that's progress. Why is it in the bathroom? In case I run out of toilet paper. I guess college was a bad idea. How about a beer? Great idea, says Jed. Josie, if I bring a woman here, what about privacy? And Josie says, you can use the hall closet. Just make sure Mr. Dimples is facing the wall. Mr. Dimples? My dummy. I'm a ventriloquist. He keeps me from getting lonely. And of course, now I've got you. I'm the new dummy, Shed thinks to himself. Several beers later. You know what's my dream is, Shed? In order to make it with the Law and Order detective, babe? Yay, Detective Olivia Benson. How did you know? I spotted the poster of her on your bedroom ceiling. I want to be a strong and sexy detective like Olivia Benson, solve mysteries and kick butt. Do you think I'm crazy? No, says Shed, but he's thinking yes. Well, Shed, will you move in with me? Shed thinks to himself, cheap rent, dead of winter, indoor plumbing. Sure, what the hell, he says. Yippee, says Josie. After the movie end, the three often watch TV together. Oh, after the move-in, it shows Shed with Josie, and Josie has her dummy on her knee. And the dummy is saying, I could win with this Dancing with the Stars. Oh, Mr. Dimples, you're so funny, says Josie. Finally, on New Year's Eve, they're at the Praise Cheese's cheese place. And Shed says, what's going on down the street, Miss Jenny? And Miss Jenny says, the new Indian restaurant is bringing in an elephant for publicity. He worked for the fire department in some little village in India. An immigrant with job skills. Cool, says Shed. Meanwhile, at the coffee house, you die, my wife, today. Okay, Mom? Sure, if you pay me. Here, $200, Mom. Good, I'll do it right. I'll do the job right now. Text me after she dead. Okay? You got it. So Josie overheard this man getting somebody to murder his wife. And Josie follows the husband and the hitman. The hitman gets into his car and drives away. Josie spots the Harambe bobblehead in the back window. Josie runs to Praise's Cheeses, the cheese place where Shed works. Shed, you gotta stop our murder. You gotta come with me. And Miss Jenny? Shed says to the proprietor, oh, go ahead. And she's thinking to herself, she's crazy. Josie explains everything to Shed as they drive all over Clifton. Shed's thinking to himself, why am I here? Look, in that driveway, it's the Harambe bobblehead. They run around to the back. Quick, Shed, pick the lock. I can't do that. Well, why the hell not? This isn't stealing food from my parents. This is breaking and entering. Hey, Steve. There's our new artist coming up. So I guess you'll be hanging your show soon. Okay, well, just let me know. Yeah. Just give me a day and I'll take my things down. You can do what you like. All right. See ya. So Josie says, how come you can't break in? And Shed says, this isn't stealing food from my parents. This is breaking and entering. And Josie's thinking to herself, what would Olivia Benson do? I've got to think like her. God, she's hot. I know, in every episode, she hears someone scream, which gives her probable cause. That allows her to break in without a warrant. Josie, the ventriloquist, throws her voice. Help, I'm being murdered. And Shed takes the bait and says, what's the, oh my God, someone's in trouble. We've got to break in. Shed says. They're inside, and Josie says, I hear voices upstairs. And they see the hitman standing over a sitting woman. Look, he's going to cut her throat in the sink. He's a slasher who doesn't want to make a mess. No, don't do it. And Shed tackles the guy. Quick, tie his hands behind the back with the belt from this bathrobe. Okay, lady, you're safe now. Your husband hired this hitman to kill you. No, he hired me to dye her hair. All year he's been trying to get her to become a redhead. So he hired me, her hairdresser, to convince her. And then his wife says, so you don't really think I'd look good as a redhead? And the hairdresser says, hell no, I only convinced you for the money. And then the wife socks her, you bastard, smack. And Josie and Shed are sheepishly walking out. We'll just let ourselves out. And they're smack, smack, smack as they're beating up each other. And they're back in the car, and Josie says, wow, I can't believe it. We solved our first case. And Shed thinks to himself, first case? Shed, I believe this bonfire tonight will symbolize the ending of our old lives and the beginning of our new lives. And Shed says, sure, whatever. At 11:30, Josie leaves work at Josie's tiny cafe. Josie forgets to shut the back window. Next door, the elephant is left all alone. The elephant smells the aroma of coffee. He goes for a drink. Gulp, 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 gulp. And the elephant drinks the entire urn of coffee and belches. Hearing firecrackers outside, he freaks out. What the? The elephant escapes and starts to run amok, crashing through a fence. Meanwhile, it's 1 minute to midnight, the father says, as he lights the shed on as the bonfire. Suddenly, crash comes the elephant. Look, the elephant is lifting his leg. Everybody has their cell phone out. And the elephant pisses on the shed, putting the fire. And everybody yells, the fire is out. And the father says, gotta out of my yard, you damn filthy animal. And all of a sudden, the elephant splashes him in the face. And Shed says about his dad, animals really piss him off. So that's the issue, story number 7 of Sheds his shed. So we just have a few more minutes left in the broadcast. Let's see if we can go into some old issues of the Clifton Chronicle. We had been reading a little bit of the League of Women Voters. And so I've been fascinated by the State Board of Education. 2 people are running. It's a very tight race of trying to pick one or the other. The State Board of Education is a 4-year term. There's no salary responsibilities. The 19-member board is responsible for overseeing the Ohio Department of Education and creates policy and makes recommendations for K-12 education in Ohio. Questions. Each candidate was asked, what would your priorities be if elected to the State Board of Education? So we're going to read two answers. Pat Burns' occupation is an elected board member, State Board of Education, District 4 of Hamilton and Warren counties. Education, in 1985, she has a Master in Art Education at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. In 1973, she has a Bachelor of Art in Education at the University of Kentucky in Lexington, Kentucky. In 1969, she was a graduate of Oak Hills High School in Cincinnati. Her political philosophy: being elected to a public office is an honor and a privilege I do not take lightly. As a state board member, my decisions are based on listening to my constituents, being well informed, and honoring all students as unique individuals. I believe deeply that access to a high quality education is a right of all students, regardless of their zip code. Education is a sacred trust that the public must provide because educated citizens are critical for our shared success in a democracy. And so this is our first question. What would be your priorities if elected? Answer 1. Equitable, adequate funding for all districts. Attract and retain high-quality teachers. Reduce and eliminate state testing. Expand career technical programs. Graduation options and the art for all students. Transparency and accountability for charter schools. And we'll read the opposing in this race. Jenny Kilgore, occupation, university instructor. Education, I'm a long resident of Southwest Ohio. I graduated from Deer Park High School, Xavier University with a master's in education, and Miami University with a PhD in educational leadership. I'm extremely knowledgeable of our needs of our local school districts. So her political philosophy is: my goals as a member of the Ohio Board of Education are to support our district students by providing our teachers with the tools and supports that they need to be effective and provide the supports that students need to be active learners. Issues of importance are: 1, safe learning environments; 2, fiscal responsibility. Hello? I'm live on YouTube. Do you want to stop and say live? Do you have a question or anything?
No, I'm just enjoying the day.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, I broadcast here about All News Clifton every day on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the news feed.
Okay, okay.
What's it called?
What we got, Next Door Clifton?
Next Door, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. I discovered that only a few people really are active, and they usually tell people that aren't online. So you
I didn't know that there were, I didn't know about this, the YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know.
Well, I post the synopsis of the video on Nextdoor.
Oh, okay.
Every day I do this podcast.
Okay.
So I'm surprised you didn't see the feed. So, that's the craziness of social media. You can always just go to YouTube and Google Clifton Market.
Okay.
You can just search YouTube for Clifton Market,
Okay.
and you can
And you do it when? On Sunday?
every day,
Every day?
when possible. And we just interview people like yourself, take testimonials about
I
the
just
store.
bought stuff, so
Well, there you go. That's probably the best thing about it.
I'm really concerned now. I'm concerned.
Well, there's a board meeting coming up on the 17th.
I just think they need a consultant or somebody to make it more profitable.
Well, that's going to happen. They're either going to sell the building or sell the whole store, and the people that they would sell it to would
Yeah,
they would see an opportunity.
yeah.
So there's going to be a vote at this meeting on the 17th. So we'll see
Okay.
what happens. But the market is
Because I like the location.
Right.
The word convenience here.
well, the market is in severe financial straits.
No,
So something has to happen.
I know.
Hopefully, maybe there'll be a grocery store here.
Yeah.
So it's just this is why I started this broadcast, to to allow people to have discussion. Mostly I just read the news. I read the Chronicle and all the news of Clifton, and then throw in a little bit about the market.
That's good. I'm pleased you're doing that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No, my pleasure. And we're finished with our broadcast, so I'll say goodbye from Clifton Market Cafe, and